join me. Let's do some art.
As you can see here, today's project is starting with an old book cover. Now this is not in very good shape, so I will fix it by adding a sturdy piece of cardboard. I will also add some bookmaking tape, and that repairs it to where I have a good starting point. So I want to create another book box. I have done several of those before, each one with a different design, and for this one too, I want to try out something new. So I have this idea of creating several compartments and also make this box function either laying down or standing up. And of course I will decorate it as much as I can to still look like a proper book and not so much like a storage box. Now for the design I had in mind to work properly, I had to be pretty precise, which is not my strong point. So this is my second attempt. Anyway, this time around I measured carefully. I used very sturdy but thin cardboard, and here you can see that I give it an initial hold with my hot glue gun just to create these frames. But then I use my tacky glue because I need a little bit of wiggle room to make sure these things line up nicely with each other. So yes, my first attempt at creating this didn't come out very well. I used leftover bits of cardboard that had different thicknesses. Somehow it just was too crooked for my liking. Now usually a little bit of crooked here and there is really not a problem in my type of art, but for this thing to function properly and look good, it just had to be more exact. In just a minute here, I will close the book just to see if it all lines up, and you can tell that there's a little gap. But I need this because, of course, I need to strengthen these cardboard walls, and I will do so by creating some paper mache just by using old book pages and watered down Mod Podge. And that will make this whole structure very, very sturdy, but of course it will thicken those cardboard pieces, so I had to keep that in mind. Now, like always in my videos, I edit out all the repetitious stuff, and that includes the process of me adding this paper mache. You can see a few steps here. I am sure you have seen it done before. I pay special attention to the corners and to make sure those cardboard frames get well attached to the book cover, and I give it about 2 or 3 layers. So here you see it done. It still needs to dry a bit. Then I cut out some extra cardboard pieces to create my compartments. Now that one on the left is the oval. It came from a block that had paper pellets, and I thought the oval was just too good to pass up, and that nice curve it has. So I will use that as part of my design. But of course first I will cover all these cardboard pieces in paper mache as well. Now, like always, or at least in my projects, I have to make some adjustments along the way. So I kept in mind that the big piece of cardboard with the hole would add some heights to the left frame, but I totally forgot to account for that on the right side. So rather than the simple divider you saw me glue in earlier, I will change that into a little framed box, and that will adjust the heights and make this book close smoothly. And you can see that here in the front it added a little step, but I quite like that as an added interest. Well, I think this is a good time to turn you over to some music. Like always, you will find anything you need to know, any medium I will be using, or anything I need to explain in the captions. I will surely be back chatting with you towards the end, so please enjoy. So those were pretty much the last steps I took to complete this, and of course I want to give you another close-up look. I used all kinds of little doodads to create layers and interest. There is of course the glass light bulb and the little glass bottle. There are those little bling pieces. There is a crow's head with the wings and the little handle, and of course those eyes that are peeking through the door or window, and I think it gives it just a very interesting focal point. Then here on the spine you can see the name I gave it and some more details. Everything has that nice rustic kind of look and feel to it. There's more texture here on the side with just a hint of pages, and I'm happy that I was able to align everything pretty good. It's not perfect, but good enough. I then gave it a very simple closure just by adding some leather strips and some bead caps at the very end. And then of course there's the inside, and I'm much happier with the solid color with the little gold edging. I think it fits really well to the overall project and color. So just to try it out, I added a few paper items, and the hole definitely comes handy to push up smaller things that might get stuck in there. Then the small box here on the top can hold little things. I added these cardboard signs. I also added a little handmade journal someone gifted to me just because it had just the right size as a little tag. And I also added some pens. So I think this little storage box could be used for a variety of things, either art related, maybe stationery, maybe some keepsakes. So I had fun putting it together in spite of a few obstacles along the way. But sometimes those kind of obstacles make it fun, make it challenging, trying to figure out a solution. So, well, I really hope that you liked today's project and maybe it gave you some ideas, some input that can help you with your projects. I thank you so much for coming and visiting with me today. I, of course, appreciate you taking time to watch. I especially like it when you leave me a comment, and I will be back as soon as my next project is done. Until then, please stay well, stay creative, and bye bye for now.